Here in studio, and big week coming up, obviously.
It is a crazy week already, and hopefully going to keep getting better.
Oh, yes, sir. So before we get into the nuts and bolts of that, I do have a question. Broadcasters can make it to the Mississippi Sports Hall of Fame.
Yes, they can.
Okay.
I can't wait to see where this goes.
Whatever you do, Richard Cross cannot make the Mississippi Sports Hall of Fame.
Please,
he
Bill.
can't do it.
No.
We cannot
Bill,
let him in.
no,
or
don't.
Haydad and I have to get in first.
Induct us all together, but not just Richard.
Not just Richard.
Well, all three of you need to be nominated by somebody so that we can
make that happen.
Okay.
I'll nominate you. You nominate me.
There you go. There we go.
But no, this is a really exciting time, as always, for you guys. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I assume the biggest weekend of the year when you're bringing in a new Hall of Fame class.
Yeah, it's always the biggest weekend of the year, and this year in particularly may be the largest celebration of putting athletes into our Hall of Fame that we've ever enjoyed.
Bill, every class is special, and every class has legendary Mississippi athletes in it. But every now and then you get a class like this where there's an obvious headliner, and that's Eli Manning this year. So just talk us through the process and your conversations with Eli of bringing him into the Hall of Fame.
Well, it was the first time that he's been eligible after being retired for 5 years, and it was a no doubt unanimous decision to make that offer to him. Eli's been very gracious throughout, trying to accommodate us as best he can, and I think his dad is going to be at some of the functions along with Eli, so it's an exciting time from that standpoint. And not to take anything away from Eli, but we've got another guy that is in the Ring of Honor for an NFL team in Jimmy Smith. We've got another former number one draft choice of Jimmy Webb, who has waited what seems like an eternity to get in. He was voted an SEC legend back in 1995, and we're just now getting around to inducting him. So he's very deserving. We've got a guy that's in the Baseball Hall of Fame for his broadcasting, pioneer of radio broadcasting in the major leagues, in Red Barber. We've got the winningest high school basketball coach that's still active anywhere in the nation with Richard DeWeese. We've got a guy by the name of Paul Elias, who is a fisherman, the first fisherman we've ever inducted. He's been on the pro bass fishing tours for over 40 years, and he's very well deserving. We've got tennis player Becky Vest. We've got track star Savante Stringfellow. So it's a well-rounded group that'll be going in together on Friday night.
You mentioned Paul Elias. His name kind of just stands out to me just because you said as a professional fisherman. Everybody, we know the football players, we know the basketball players, we know the coaches. How did he get to be a part of this process? How did that nomination occur? Because you wouldn't, that's not the first guy anybody's going to think of.
Well, he was nominated by Bobby Cleveland before his passing. Bobby, of course, the outdoor writer for many years at the Clarion Ledger, and very strongly recommended Paul. And, we try to be as diverse as we possibly can with the selection committee, and he was voted in this past year.
Talking with Bill Blackwell of the Mississippi Sports Hall of Fame right now. So let's go through that process a little bit. It's, when you get a nomination, when I say I think Brian Haydad belongs in the Mississippi Sports Hall of Fame, then what happens?
Anybody can make a nomination. We've got a form on our website that we ask them to follow, which gives, we need pictures, we need current addresses so that we can contact the person. We need the information of the person putting in the nomination. Then they have to show some support of that, whether it's going to Wikipedia and printing all that out or having clippings or articles or other things that verify the claims that they're making about that person are true. And all of those, right now we have over 220 nominees that are in there. And once you're nominated, you stay nominated until you're inducted. But we go through all 220 of those bios, send them out to our selection committee. There's an elimination process. We ask for the top 50 from a subcommittee that is formed to see who they would recommend that we talk about. Then we send those 50 names and all ties out to the entire 29 people that are on the selection committee. Then we hold a meeting once a year, bring all the selection committee into the Hall of Fame, and we discuss all the people. They go through the resumes, who did what importance that had, what are their ties to Mississippi, and as it keeps getting fewer and fewer, we get down to the final 8, and those are the ones that get inducted.
And then when you make that decision, this person making the Hall of Fame, what do you do to inform them? I know that, like in the NFL, for example, the Pro Football Hall of Fame, they send, oh gosh, I forget his name, but that gigantic. Hey, Dad, do you know his name?
Dave Baker. He just retired.
Oh,
yes.
yes.
I know who you're talking about.
Yes, he looks like he's 8 feet tall, but he shows up to their door and he just gives them big bear hugs. What do you guys do to inform them?
We don't go door to door, but much like the Baseball Hall of Fame, we call and tell them, and that's one of the best days of the year for me, because I get to hear the reactions from all the people that have been selected, get to learn a little bit more about them during this whole process. We will meet in September to select next year's class. So they get almost a full year to know they're going in, to go through all the different hoops that we make them jump through as far as where they have to be, when they have to be there, those kind of things. And so it's a year-long process, but it's always very rewarding for both the Hall of Fame and for the inductee.
Bill, you also sent out a message today about the 12th annual Michael Rubenstein Award, and of course, I'm old enough to remember Michael Rubenstein back on WLBT Sports every night.
Were you ream cleaned and dry cleaned?
And dry cleaned? Yeah, absolutely, I was.
And dry cleaned.
I remember those days on WLBT. Joe Sanderson is a great Mississippian. We know him very well. We're big fans of the Sanderson event. We'll be out there in a few weeks. It feels like that's an award he might have already won. What made it this year his year?
I don't really know, other than he's been a supporter of the Hall of Fame. He's been a supporter of the whole state with the sponsorship of the golf tournament. The golf tournament was in dire straits when he took over the sponsorship. He improved it each and every year, and along with the Century Club Charities, they do a great job for the state of Mississippi. They've raised millions for Children's Hospital. I don't know if Eli's support of Children's Hospital go alongside with Joe's selection, but Joe will be our Michael Rubenstein Award winner. And then the gentleman that caught the winning touchdown pass when Ole Miss beat Notre Dame back in the 70s, James Story, who's been a high school coach and instructor and administrator, has really done it all up in northeast Mississippi in the city of Ripley, will be our Bill Hetrick Community Service Award winner.
You can find, if you want to participate, by the way, you can go to the induction ceremony. There's a reception on Friday night. We'll be broadcasting from there. And you can actually do a meet and greet with all of the inductees on Saturday morning. Just go to the Mississippi Sports Hall of Fame's website. You can find it there. Also at supertalk.fm, we've got links for you if you want to be a part of the induction weekend. Bill, thank you so much for your time. It's a pleasure to be a part of this. We're looking forward to being there this weekend. And thank you for your time, as always.
We look forward to having you guys with us on Friday night.
Sports